Merhaba arkadaşlar, M.A.T sunucu kanalına hoş geldiniz. Horizon Forbidden West'te kaldığımız yerden devam ediyoruz. Geçenki bölümde Elitio'dan bir yardım sinyali geldiydi. Biz de oraya gittik. Kontrol amaçlı belki alt işlevlerden bir tanesi olduğunu düşünerek. Ama biz oraya gittiğimizde orada Zenitlerden biriyle karşılaştık. Ama tabii biz karşılaşmadık. Karşı taraftaki düşman grubuyla çatışıyorlardı. Bir şekilde onların kullandığı silahtan kaynaklı ön kalkanını yok etti kadını öldürdüler. Biz de aşağı doğru bir mağara uzanıyordu ve o mağaraya girdik ve o mağarada Beta'yı bulduk. Beta'yı da buraya kadar getirdik. Yani bize yardım sinyalini gönderen kişi Aloy'un klonu olan Beta. Beta da burada olduğuna göre biz de Poseidon koordinatlarına gitmeden önce ilk önce bizimkilerle bir konuşalım. Ufaktan 1-2 yan görev yapalım. Sonra Poseidon koordinatına doğru yola çıkarız. Ama bu bölüm yan görevlerle ilerleyeceğimiz bir bölüm olacak. İlk önce Aaron'la bir konuşalım.
Aaron, you okay?
Huh? Oh, yeah. I mean, why wouldn't I be?
Because there's two of me now.
There's two of you now! At least you seem to be handling it okay.
I wouldn't say that exactly, but I'm trying. Did you speak with Beta at all?
She didn't really wake up till we brought her here. And when she did, I thought it'd be better if Zoe and Varl took care of her. No use crowding someone when they're in a state.
What are you working on with your focus?
I'm still figuring out how to read stuff on this thing. Those two lovebirds over there have been giving me a hand. But to be honest, all the little symbols give me a headache. But I'll get up to speed. I promise.
What you reading next?
I saw Gaia added something to the archives about metal rods being used to harness lightning during storms. Guy reminded me of a cousin of mine. Thought he could trap lightning if he covered himself in Stormbird plates. Went up the tallest mountain in the claim to prove it. It ended like a lot of Oseram things do. With a spark and a boom.
Tamamdır.
I have to
Görüşürüz.
get going.
Don't go causing too much trouble.
Hiç yapar mıyız öyle bir şey? Varla konuşalım.
Hey, you and Aaron okay?
Nothing some rest can't take care of. Are you okay? This beta thing, it's a lot. Even for you.
Just trying to take it one step at a time.
Fair enough. If you need anything, just let me know.
How's everyone dealing with Beta?
I tried explaining what a clone is to Aaron. He was totally lost. Then Zoe said something about two trees coming from one seed. That seemed to help a bit.
I see everyone settling in.
Zoe's planning on bringing all kinds of plants in here. Says a home should always spring with life anew. I asked Aaron to help find some. I think he'd rather stick his head into a snap mall.
Still, it's not a bad idea. Should liven up the place. It's good to see you and Zoe enjoying yourselves.
We're learning a lot. I've actually been looking through the data to find ideas for a gift, and to thank her for helping me study the glyphs. Something from the old world that she's never seen before. Instead, I found out they gave each other stuffed animals. If you ask me, stuffing a dead animal with anything, really, doesn't sound like a good time for anybody.
Maybe Gaia can help you find something else.
Görüşürüz
I
var.
should get back to the wilds.
I'll keep an eye on Beta. Make sure she's comfortable.
Okay.
Ve sonra bizim kızla bir konuşalım Zoe'la.
Think we could talk for a bit?
Of course.
You said you met Beta?
Varl mentioned she was hurt. I thought I'd offer her an extract to soothe the pain.
That was kind of you.
I just hope she doesn't plan on staying burrowed down there like that. She looks like she's barely seen the light of day as it is.
What else have you been up to?
I've been studying Gaia's seedlings, the subfunctions. I wanted to understand why one of them would do what they did to Fa. Imagine my surprise when I looked into this Hephaestus. and found out it helped create all machines, our land gods included. In a way, the Utaru owe Hephaestus our whole way of life, as well as our current troubles.
That's why we have to make Gaia whole again. Learn anything interesting lately?
There's been much to read up on now that Ether has been reunited with Gaia. It's hard to imagine that machines like storm birds once helped heal the skies. I used to be terrified of them as a child. Thunder still brings chills to my skin. But everything Gaia creates has a purpose, no?
Yeah. And if we can get Hephaestus back, she can get those storm birds in line.
Tamam,
I
ben
better
gidiyorum.
head out.
I wish you well.
Huh. The door's unlocked now.
Is your focus acting up?
Gaia, what was this room for?
This was intended to be a recreational room for control center operatives. I have repurposed the displays to track Regala's activity in the region.
A useful warm-up.
Ve Kator'la öyle
I
bir
hope I'm not
konuşuyorlar.
interrupting.
No, but I must ask. The woman Varl and Aaron brought in, she's related to you.
It's hard to explain. She's more of a copy.
Good. If she's anything like you, we've just gained reinforcements.
Maybe. I
Tamam.
need to go.
Gitmem gerek.
On your way then.
Kator'la öyle daha sonra ayrıntılı bir şekilde konuşuruz. Ama öncelikle benim buradan gitmem gerekiyor. Ama Poseidon'a doğru değil. Şuraya bir gidelim öncelikle. Ve bunu bir konuşalım. Bilduf ile konuş.
Hey, Mildef. Mildef. I took some of your stew last time I went into the wilds. Kept me going for a week. Felt like I could have put a strider in a sleeper hold.
Enjoy it while it lasts.
Sounds like you're serving up some impressive provisions here.
Not again. You can have the discount too, but you'll have to come back later.
I think you have me confused with someone else.
Oven didn't send you?
No.
Oh, my apologies. It's just that his minions won't stop pestering me. Now I've even worn out my special grill. Since I'm in the midst of a crisis, perhaps you could skip to what it is you wanted?
Some of your food?
Of course.
Are Ulvin's people causing you problems?
Oh, yeah. They constantly demand my best, but the equipment I need to make my signature dishes isn't built for batch cooking. And don't get me started on the Ulvin discount they feel so entitled to.
And if you refuse?
I make meals, no trouble.
How did you end up in Chainscrape?
Heard about a new and upcoming town at the edge of the frontier. Where there's a town, there's a tavern. I was in need of work. So I got myself out here and started cooking. Some of these people had never tasted proper boars and berries stew before. Anyway, next thing I knew, people kept coming back. Guess they liked my food. Or the ale.
Your last customer mentioned your cooking really kept him going out in the wild. Where I'm headed, I could use some of that.
I would be happy to oblige, especially since you have the decency to ask pleasantly. But my special groove griddle is no more. Without it, I can't cook any of my signature dishes. I hate to think what'll happen when I'm forced to refuse Ulvin or his goons. Even if I already had the right ingredients, there's nothing I can do. Unless you can source me a temporary replacement?
What do you need?
For the ingredients, a few pieces of decent wild meat, and I'd say a big handful of bitter leaf stems. That'll do. As for the griddle, a corrugated metal panel might suffice until I can have a new one forged. You'd likely find one in a scrounger pile if you follow the river to the northeast. Don't worry, I'll clean it first. You'll have no issue finding boars and bitter leaf on your way. Assuming you're as much a hunter-gatherer as your clothing suggests.
Thanks, Mildef. I'll keep an eye out.
So that's what gratitude sounds like.
And don't let anyone push you around, okay?
If you say so.
Already got enough
Tam
raw
cesaret.
meat. Just
Bulduk
pick
bile
some bitter
konuştuk.
leaf and grab a metal panel from the scrounger pile.
Azimli Javat ile konuş.
Savior, thank you for taking the time, and my condolences that you had to endure Olvan's bloviating.
I've dealt with worse. It sounds like he's really trying to put you over the barrel.
The idea that the Karja purposely let bristlebacks into the Daunt, it's completely absurd. But the louder and longer he says it, the more support he'll get for his damned concession decree.
Maybe not for long. I found some pens on the other side of the mountains. Tanakh rebels were keeping machines there, including bristlebacks. A sinkhole had dropped some of them into an underground tunnel. Might have led them out to the Daunt.
Perhaps. That area does have a series of underground tunnels that run for miles. And the first reported sighting of the bristlebacks was west of the quarry near the mountains. If you can confirm that's where they came from, I'd be willing to offer a considerable bounty.
What is this concession decree that Olvend wants?
He wants the Sundom to designate portions of the Daunt as Oseram holdings. Only the portions, mind you, that produce any value.
Let me guess. Because he stands to profit somehow?
Exactly. With the Daunt under Oseram law, he could secure more investment for their numerous ventures.
He can't get those investments without the concession?
No. Not while there's a chance the Sundom could revoke their access. Hence, why the concession is so important to him. And why blaming the Karja for the bristlebacks, no matter how absurd, works in his favor.
How does blaming the Karja for the bristlebacks help Olvend get his concession?
Look around. This may be the Sundom, but Chain Scrape is all gears and rust and bad ale. Claiming that the Karja loosed the bristlebacks in order to intimidate Oseram laborers into obedience. Well, let's just say no one here has forgotten the atrocities of the Mad Sun King. Even with the valley working again, Olvend hopes he can stir up enough resentment against the Karja to call for a strike.
And if the Oseram refuse to work, unless the concession is signed, you won't have a choice.
Correct. The reconstruction of Barren Light must continue.
How did you get stuck out here?
I asked for the posting, believe it or not. Overseeing the entire valley on behalf of the Sun King? It was an honor. Is an honor, I mean.
But your job would be a lot easier without someone like Olvend blasting hot air all the time?
Olvend's not going anywhere. He's been around longer than I have. Even fancies himself the founder of Chain Scrape. Well, I'll find a way to live with him. I have to.
I need to go.
Of course.
Tamam, KJ yargıcıyla da konuştuk. Burada ne varmış bir bakayım öncelikle. Tamam, daha sonra. Petra ile konuşalım.
Here after all, eh? Here, sit down. Get a pint in her hand. Wasn't expecting you to swing by.
Since when do I do what's expected?
Ha! There's that spark. Fire and spit.
Fire and spit.
That's a blast from the bellows. Won't fix the forge, but at least I can forget about my troubles for a while.
Like what?
Well, things aren't as bad since you got this place running again. But we still got Olvin grating the gears about his concession decree. If you don't put that down, I'll come over there and show you how that game ends. Anyway, right now, I'm just worried about those refugees out from Sunfall. To come all this way enduring Forge knows what.
Shadow Carja refugees. What are they doing in the Daunt?
Looking for a new home, I gather. They're camped out by an old trailhead, southwest of here. And therein lies the problem. A stormbird crashed up on the cliffs last week, and Talon Cleanbrokers had his eye on the salvage ever since. But the refugees have barred entrance. Mustn't interrupt their sun-scorched ritual. Something about finding a twilight path.
Huh. I never heard them talk about that before.
Yeah, well, these particular Shadow Carja are an odd bunch. But overall, they're peaceful folk. Not that it matters to Talon. He'll crack some heads to get to that salvage. Maybe you could swing by, convince him to set up camp somewhere else?
So the bristlebacks in the Daunt.
You're a pig. Blasted things, those bristlebacks. They just showed up one day, rampaging around the valley like they exploded out of a forge. Lost some good people. But bless the bellows, you cleared them out and got this place working again. That put a dent in Olvin's plans. Now, if only there were some way to smash them all together and run them out of town.
But how could bristlebacks in the Daunt help Olvind?
2 words. Concession decree. Since no one knows where the bristlebacks came from, Olvind has taken to blaming the Carja for them. He's hoping to dig up enough old resentments to get a strike going until the concession's signed. This is just his latest attempt. He's been trying to rile up the workers since the day he rolled into town.
About that. I think the bristlebacks came from Tenakth rebels. Found machine pens on the other side of the mountains. Some of them fell into an underground tunnel. It might have led out to the Daunt.
Tenakth rebels? The same ones that attacked the embassy? They trying to invade?
I don't think so. It looked like an accident. And the tunnel collapsed after them anyway.
Well, thank the Forge for that.
What else can you tell me about the Shadow Carja refugees?
Well, they don't call themselves Shadow Carja for one. At least, not anymore. They're some other brand of sun-crazed. But whatever side of the sun they're on, they're peaceful through and through. Don't seem to want for nothing except a place to live, pray, and just enough food to keep from starving.
So they're just camped outside by a trail, blocking entry to a wrecked stormbird, waiting for... what, exactly?
Don't rightly know, but I'll tell you this. Should they ever wise up and salvage it, a stormbird heart is worth a lot. And if they get there first, then by Ostrom law, it's theirs. Not that Tolan Cleanbrokers ever lost sleep over any law breaking.
Who is this Tolland Cleanbroker?
Just some chuff-huffing pondsman. Got a shop here in town. Lived in Chainscrape since there was a Chainscrape. He and Ulvin go back a ways. Like a pair of coals and a campfire, those two.
So Tolland works for Ulvin?
Ha! Ulvin might think so, but Tolland scrapes up his own scams. And he ain't the type to let a few refugees get between him and Stormbird salvage.
So about Ulvind.
Around here, everything's about Ulvind.
How'd he end up in charge?
He got here early, like a squirrel smelling a fat nut. He knew rebuilding Barren Light would need stone and timber. So he jangled purses all over Mainspring, getting investors to front claims on anything in the Daunt that might be worth a damn. Thing is, all the bankers back home know that this is Carja land, and the Sun King can revoke those claims at any time. That's why he's desperate for the magistrate to sign off on a concession decree.
This concession decree, what is it exactly? And how would it help Ulvind?
It's pig diddle, that's what.
A writ that would put all Osram claims in the Daunt under Osram law, even though they're on Carja land. It would mean that any existing ore, stone, and timber claims couldn't be revoked by the Carja. No more risk, no more hesitation for investors back in the claim to pour in the shards and expand their business. And since Ulvind has a stake in all those claims, it would make him richer than a scrapper in a junk heap. Not to mention Chainscrape would become an Osram municipality, so he could buy enough votes to call himself an elderman. He's a sly old badger, I'll give him that. Figures if he keeps up the pressure, eventually the magistrate will sign.
I thought you'd be back in Freep.
Well, after the big battle at Meridian, I went back, but realized it was running smooth. Didn't need me. Heard about the rebuilding out at Barren Light. Figured they could use another hammer. Been scraping by ever since.
You could always leave.
And go back east? Nah. I ain't one to leave a lit forge. Besides, someone's gotta be a squeaky wheel for the workers around here.
Well, if I'm up that way, I'll talk to the refugees. Try to convince them to move.
Much appreciated. They have it rough. Don't need Talon making it rougher.
Petra said Talon has a shop here in Chainscrape. I could have a word with him first.
Evet, dışarıda bir görevimiz daha var. Bir yan görevimiz daha var. Hemen şurada. Dela.
I'm sorry, I'll be right with you. Okay, I'm not saying it's a bad idea. I'm saying it's overkill.
It's a weapon. Kill is the point.
Not if it blows the user's arm off. Oh, just stop talking. Where are we? Ah. So, you look like someone who's always searching for a new weapon. Am I right?
Actually,
Could you just not? I am with a customer.
I'm not a customer.
I got it. Triple the powder. It'll blow a strider sky high. Ba-boom. One shot kill. Guaranteed.
Maybe I am.
Then you are in the right place at the right time, Red. How would you like to be the proud owner of the world's first machine-enhanced,
Explosive, done in one, machine wrecking,
yet perfectly safe, javelin thrower?
Are you two from around here?
Nah, the claim. Dad sent us out west in search of some unknown opportunity. Said we'll know it when we see it.
Sounds like you had other ideas.
Let's just say that opening another trading post for my parents isn't how I want to make my mark in this world. I imagine traveling alone must be nice.
So she's your partner?
My apprentice and my sister. She's why we're out here. There was an incident. Another incident.
Involving explosives?
Ba-boom!
And Dad's precious homebrew. He shipped us out the next day.
Huh. Tell me more about this weapon of yours.
I saw a scroll when I was a kid by some Karja scholar who wandered out west. Had a scary drawing of a Tenakth warrior hunting with a kind of javelin thrower. Effective? Yes. Basic? Undoubtedly. But coming out here made me remember it. And I'm on the brink of vastly improving the tool's archaic design.
Whereas I will perfect it.
I can use machine parts to enhance the user's throw, increase the projectile's velocity. Well, Boomer here is adamant that enhancing the projectile is better. Namely with explosive tips.
Boomsticks.
Why not both?
That could work. There's one small snag. I need the parts to make the first working model.
Well, for starters, I'll need charger horns. Intact.
Yeah, that. Just be sure to shoot them off before the machine goes down. Otherwise, they break. But the real innovation, and keep it to yourself, is a fang horn rib.
There's a mean one east of here. Blow it sky high.
Boomer! You get him for me. It's yours. My treat.
You have a deal.
Ah, yeni bir silahımız olacak. Tamam şimdi.
It's Kotalo. If you're in need of provisions, I recommend stopping by Saltbite, a village north of the Grove. Their cook's meals give a soldier strength like nothing else. And who knows? Maybe they could use your help too.
Maybe I'll check it out. Thanks. The chargers that Laren's contract mentioned should be close by. There are the chargers. If I can take a few of them down, it should lure in the scrappers I'm looking for. Still gotta hunt down those scrappers for Larend.
Onu son halletsem. Asıl halletmem gereken şeyler burada. Evet, şimdi artık görevlere gidebiliriz. Yeterince görev aldık.
Javad said the bristlebacks were first spotted west of the quarry. I should see if there's anything in the back of the valley. Dead bristleback by the falls. Gotta check it out. Looks like it died on impact. Maybe it charged off the cliff up there. I better keep following the trail.
Olabilir. Olabilir. Bir bakalım Aloy'cum. Koştura koştura bir gidelim bakalım.
Dead bristleback. Perfect. Keep this green shine for later. Parts of it have been tampered with. It must have been from the rebels' override.
Buraları bir araştıralım bakalım.
An old mine. A lot of broken trees. It's like a stampede went through. So if the bristlebacks fell into the sinkhole outside the Daunt, maybe some tunnels led them here? I better take a look inside.
Belki de. Oo, kayalar falan düşüyor üstümüze. Bayağı dengesiz.
Tracks collapsed. It looks recent. Guess I'm not going that way.
Oo, bu ne?
Bristlebacks. So they did come through here. They must have gotten trapped. I'm gonna have to take them out before I can look around.
Hop bir gitti. Kalk bakayım kendine. Kalk kalk kalk kalk kalk kalk. Baba hadi bakayım.
Okay. Better take a look at where the smoke's coming from.
Ne var ne yoksa toplamakta fayda var.
There's a lot of smoke. Looks like the mine runs pretty far back. There's enough blaze here to blast a mountain open. And there's a note on one of the walls.
Ha, not var.
This note's addressed to Oland. Looks like this mine was supposed to be shut down. Everyone must have gotten greedy. blasting deeper into the mountain. I should let Javad know what I found.
Tamam, geri döküm. Azilli Javat'a son durumu anlatalım. Fırça dişi.
So Olvin was secretly blasting in the mine, trying to squeeze it for all it's worth. One of those explosions must have caused the sinkhole. Right under Rigala's machine pens. And then the bristlebacks stampeded through the tunnels and emerged in the Daunt. All this time, Olvin's been trying to pressure the Karja into signing a concession decree. I blame him for this.
Geliyorum oğlum. Bütün planlarını suya düşürmeye geliyorum.
The charger herd Laren's contract mentioned should be close by. There are the chargers. If I can take a few of them down, it should lure in the scrappers I'm looking for. Just need to take down a few more. Just need to take down a few more.
Haydi bakayım.
That should do it.
Kazıcı
Time to take
tamamladık.
these parts back to Laren.
Sözleşmelerden biri tamam. Laren'le konuşacağız.
I know how the bristlebacks got into the Daunt.
What? You do? How?
Olvin's workers were doing some blasting in the mine west of the quarry. Looks like they were trying to open up some of the tunnels.
For the love of Dawn, I told him it wasn't worth the risk. Those tunnels run for miles underground, even beyond the... You're not suggesting...
I also found some pens on the other side of the mountains, where Tanakh rebels were keeping machines, including bristlebacks. Olvin's explosives opened up a sinkhole, dropping them into the tunnels.
Which they followed to the mine and out into the Daunt.
Right. Aside from the rebels, if anyone is to blame for the bristlebacks, it's Olvin.
Radiant beams of the sun. And all this time he was pointing the finger at us. Bring Olvin here. Petra, too.
Summoned like a blasted ale winch. You best be meaning to put pen to parchment. What? Why is she here?
I live here too, lugnut. So what's this about?
Thanks to the Savior, the sun has shown the truth on the bristleback incursion. Tanakh rebels were keeping pens of machines on the other side of the mountains. A sinkhole swallowed them, releasing them into the underground tunnels that led east and out into the Daunt.
So it was an accident. But let us not forget that it was the Karja...
I'm not done. The sinkhole only formed due to your unauthorized blasting in the southern mine, Ulvund. You are responsible for the machine rampage, the workers we lost, the destruction the bristlebacks caused. All of it.
My dear magistrate, has your precious son baked your senses? I would never give such an order without first consulting you.
Evidence says otherwise. Aloy found the shipping manifest in the mine. You skirted the laws of the Sundom, Ulvund. All for a few extra shards.
That stampede crushed nearly a dozen workers.
A lot of good people
My
died.
husband was trampled by a bristleback.
I demand an official investigation. I won't be the victim of some Karja scheme.
Certainly. We'll conduct a thorough inquest into everything. Every business deal you ever put your name to.
Well, that's not necessary, is it? What if I just return to the claim?
Oh, well, that would save the crown the cost.
Of course. I'll be on my way as soon as I wrap up some previous commitments, tie up some loose ends. After all, the welfare of Chainscrape's people in a transition like
Nope,
this...
you're leaving right now. Chainscrape will be just fine.
You think she can run this scorched-out forged dump? Ha! Knock yourself out.
Get out.
Oh, don't want you, don't need Down with all Serves him right!
Get off me!
Mud looks good on you, Alvin.
As the sun burns away shadow. Thank you for that, Aloy.
Oh, he had it coming.
Here, please accept this token of gratitude. You've done the Sundom and my sanity a great service. And I believe we have some matters to discuss.
Guess we do. Not the most pleasant boots to fill, but I'll wear them. All thanks to you, Flamehair.
Rica ederiz canım, ne demek?
Okay. Chainscrape will be better off with Petra in charge.
Şimdi
Scroungers. Mold said they found a metal panel in one of their scroungers. I think I have everything I need for Mildev. Good thing, too. I could use a decent...
tamam, ben alacağım, aldım. Kaçağa giderim. Mildev.
There you are. I happened to receive a visit from a very demanding customer. He was pushy, but I stood my ground. And dare I say it, I even got my own back. Yes, I did.
I'm listening.
When I made his meal, I used 3 pinches of salt. Instead of 2.
Each journey begins with a single step, I guess. I think I have everything you asked for.
Then just as you have inspired me, let us see if I can return the favor. Time to cook.
Wow. Mildev, that was inspired.
Next time you want the best provisions, you know where to find me. And your next order of any dish will be on the house.
Thanks. And don't forget to stand up for yourself.
Funny you should say that. As it happens, I'm already cooking up my next portion of resistance. Hope to see you again.
Eyvallah Midufçu. Görüşürüz. Kendine iyi bak. Yiyecekler geçici yara ve yetenek artışları sağlar. Miduf'un hazırladığı yiyecek odaklanmanın yeniden dolma süresini azaltır. Yiyecek satın almak için. Yani 4 bir yanındaki aşçılara malzeme götür. Tek seferde yalnızca bir yiyecek etkisi etkin olabilir demiş.
Might be a
Tamamdır.
good idea to stock up on some food before I head back out. And see what else Mildev's cooking up.
Başka zaman canım. Vay vay şuraya bak.
Didn't expect to see you up and about.
Sağlık basmışız kendimize. Sağlık. Şimdi kök boynuz kaburgası bulmaya. Evet, etrafta dönüyor, dönüyor, dönüyor. Avcuma geliyor.
Now's my chance!
Yavrum.
Should be able to harvest its rib now. Got everything I need
kaburgasını
for
aldık.
down dinner. I don't know what to say about that weapon thing.
Hop, yanlış yere tıkladım. Yardım çağırdı ama bize sökmez. Şimdi gidelim şunu Dela'ya bir teslim edelim. Aha, bak burada bir şey buldum. Tabii ki dikkat çekti.
What's this? The charger heard Laren's contract mentioned should be close by.
Taşkent yeniden şekillenme. Kitap öylesine çiziktirilmiş keyiflerle dolu yırtık pırtık bir günlük. Karşılar hudaları için geldi. Bize bir avuç para ödediler ve alın terimizle kazandığımız vurgunu gün kutbeye götürdüler. Şimdi akıttığımız ter ve kan Güneş Kralı adına Taşkent'e yarıp geçen aynı insanlar için silah olacak. Başka bir şey var mı burada? Neyse şuradan üzülerim bir ya. Hop kızlar. Sizin malzemeleri getirdim ha.
I know that look. You've got all the parts, haven't you?
Here you go.
Outstanding! I only need a few minutes to finish the prototype.
I'll take the version that won't blow my arms off. Thanks.
Ne bakıyorsun kız?
Hi. So did you blow up any machines to get the parts? Or any bandits?
You really like explosions, huh?
Here we go.
With the boomsticks?
Oh, you betcha.
Is it safe?
Probably.
Can I have one?
No!
Aw.
Because we're gonna make you something even better.
Ba-boom!
Manyak. Sık fırlatıcıları düşmana uzun mesafeden vurabilen güçlü atışlar yapar. Uzun hazırlama süresinden ötürü yavaş atış hızına sahiptirler ve zıplarken ya da çömelerken kullanılamazlar. Kazıklar zırhı delmek için tamamen gerilerek atılması gerekir diyor. Büyük patlam. Peki nasıl yapacağız onu? Deneyelim. Yeni bir silahımız oldu. Peki üretimi için metal kemik, patlayıcı macun, metal pare, tamam, onları hallederiz. Evet arkadaşlar, bir sonraki bölüm Poseidon'dan devam edeceğiz. Hemen gidebildiğim yere kadar burada bir sığınak var. Sığınağa seyahat edebiliyoruz. Yok, şöyle seyahat edebiliyoruz. Evet, olabildiğince yakınına gelmişiz. Ama daha Poseidon için çok yolumuz var. Bir sonraki bölümde arkadaşlar Poseidon yolundan devam edeceğiz. Bakalım bizi buralarda neler karşılayacak. Poseidon'un yolunda bizi ne tür tehlikeler bekliyor. Hep beraber göreceğiz. Burada tabii ki yan görevlerimiz falan mevcut. Hadi bakalım. Bir sonraki bölümde görüşmek dileğiyle. Horizon Forbidden West'ten bu bölümde bu kadar. Bir sonraki bölümde tam buradan kaldığımız yerden devam edeceğiz. Umarım izledikleriniz hoşunuza gidiyordu. Masama sonucu kanalına abone olmayı, beğenmeyi, yorum atmayı, paylaşmayı ve çanı açmayı unutmayın. Bir sonraki bölümde görüşmek üzere. Kendinize bakın. Sağlıcakla kalın. Hoşçakalın.